I recently picked up Project Zomboid and instantly fell in love with it. The game effectively gives you an open-ended scenario of a zombie apocalypse has started. How will you survive? With this in mind, I decided to challenge myself by creating a character and getting 100 zombie kills as quickly as possible, with one condition. I need to escape the Rosewood Penitentiary and perform the kills in a Spiffo costume, which is located at the Spiffo's restaurant in Moldra. After that, it doesn't matter if I live or die. I've fulfilled my purpose in life. With that in mind, I set about creating the ultimate life form bloodthirsty enough to undertake this challenge. A jilted former burger flipper that learned English from reading a bowl of Cheerios, which allowed me to select the best traits to change this pencil-neck part-timer into a maniacal murderer. We'll give our new ex-employee a loving name and get ready to put her skills to the test. I wake up in our lovely home and pause the game. An immediate problem I have is that there are no zombies in the room with me, which means there is no chance to loot a key from them to make my escape quicker. So the only option I have is to wait and let the zombies break down the cell door. After looting the meager spoils in the cell, I assume the natural position of sitting on the toilet waiting for death to take me. I bolt forwards to evade the hungry customers, but one of them deployed a tactical banana peel to slow me down. Luckily, I survived the patassination attempt and managed to escape. I smash a window and clear the glass to spare my hands becoming ground beef and hop over the windowsill, darting down the halls. After checking that a jail door is indeed very locked, I enter an interrogation room and use my programmer socks to craft a bandage for the banana-related boo-boo I received. I delicately smash open yet another window and decide now is the best time to be sneaky after making as much noise as humanly possible. I emerge from the door and get ambushed by a zombie. Luckily, he didn't anticipate me using my nitro boost as I circle him for style points before going up the stairs. I take a moment to relax and catch my breath. I need to preserve as much energy as I can. I know there's a way out from up here, but I don't have any way to make a rope down. I'll have to jump. A peek out the window confirms that most zombies have already made their way inside, so my escape should be safe enough. I double back thinking about getting more goodies before I leave, and after searching an office and finding nothing but a notebook, I see a fellow inmate. I push him over and introduce him to soul music before rounding the corner and seeing that my exit is now blocked. I quickly realize I'm surrounded and my fight is in vain, so I take my chances and leap. I've escaped. I'm still bleeding from my boo-boo, but the prison walls no longer are holding me back. I take a lone wanderer down to get some better clothing and find a protective jacket. I put it on only to find out that it is now a little more breezy south of the border. However, the search for a working car is more important than putting on pants. Unfortunately, there were no cars, so I began walking from prison to my old workplace before I get fired for being late. I cut through the woods and decide to see if a skeleton has anything on him, completely forgetting a skeleton doesn't actually have pockets. I then see a chain-link fence. Civilization. After probably the longest unedited walking section of any video game recording on YouTube, I hop the fence and decide that now is the best time to add Grand Theft Auto to my already impressive rap sheet of crimes I probably committed. My luck finally paid off. Somebody left the keys to the car in the glove box, affording me a way to get to work on time. I drive around the wrong side of the police station and smash open a window to find some water. I exit and run around the wrong side of the car totally on purpose, get in, and decide to gun it out of here at a speed rivaling a Barbie Jeep going uphill. I cruise to a crawl outside of Moldra. There is a gas station close by, but I figure there are a lot of zombies waiting for me. Thinking fast, I devise a plan. Attract them out and run them over with the rear end of my car. Unfortunately, I can't get the speed to actually do damage, so instead of a vehicular manslaughter, my plan ends up more like a sensual lap dance with how light my rear-ending action is tickling them. I even switch it up for some front-on action, but my suitors aren't interested either. I decide the best thing to do now is abandon the car and move through the town on foot, trying not to bring too much attention to myself. I accidentally interrupt two hungry patrons' mealtime before spotting my old friend again. He reminds me that, once again, he does not have pockets. After losing an absolutely massive horde, I go into a walled neighborhood and invite myself into the locked house. I hear somebody growling and cautiously approach the bathroom, where I find the soon-to-be previous homeowner having a bad case of indigestion before giving her an even worse headache. I hear a visitor wanting entry into my new home and go to give her a warm welcome. I get a severe case of indecisiveness when I answer the front door, and thankfully my new guest does as well. But before I can entertain him, my spidey senses turn into shit-my-pants senses when I get jump-scared by a guest trying to get fresh with me. I now realize that the entire homeowners association has showed up to welcome me to the neighborhood, and my antisocial tendencies flare, leading me to fail to grab a butter knife for some reason, then fleeing through the back door before I have to socialize with the neighbors further. Thankfully, I come into possession of another house right next door to my previous property and let myself in. I creep around to make sure the HOA doesn't find me again before going to the bathroom and enjoying my comfort drink from the toilet bowl. For once, I actually devise a smart plan of hiding from the nosy neighbors and hitting the hay, eagerly awaiting my day at work tomorrow.